Like I decided whether or not I was going to stream after all. By streaming after all. I was in two minds. I wasn't entirely sure whether or not I wanted to. But here I am. Because we got to get the clicker. We got to get the clicker. We have precisely 3 days to get this game beaten. Otherwise it rolls over into the next month. And that will be the first time that a monthly action game, has rolled over into the next month. We don't want that. So not a great deal got done today, office-wise. In the last half hour, I wiped down the desk. Cleared everything off the desk and wiped down the desk. I've got space now to build models, work on computers, stripping building, ripping VHS tapes. And now I've sorted myself out with that space. I don't feel like doing anything with it. And that is a... ugh. That is a feeling I've not really experienced before. I got the space and now I'm like, oh, I don't want to use it. Excuse me? Imagine, like, somebody asks you to make them a website. So, you make them a website. They pay you for the website. And then they're like, don't feel like using the website. I've actually gone and made a Wix site instead. That's what it's like. I really am hating myself right now for having that space and just not wanting to do anything with it. I've just given up on it entirely.
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
Give me the clicker.
Were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Ow, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
Stop dry heaving.
Oh, I am never drinking again.
At least not until next weekend.
I need to talk to Weaver. She's the one in the song. The Lady of the Light.
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not gonna...
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here.
Conspiracy to murder a federal agent? Bitch, it ain't no conspiracy, it was just me. For it to be a conspiracy, it has to be at least 2 people.
Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
They keep showing me my wife in panties, drowning in the lake.
It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead...
Wait a minute. I know this...
Ha ha!
Oh my god!
See, it's real.
We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Oh man, we're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool. I can get the emergency power on.
I see a thermos. Hey, Johnny. How's it going? So, Alan Wake got caught by that FBI agent. FBI agent was like, "You're leaving here over my dead body." Wait a second. He got snatched up by the night monsters. I'll probably have to shoot him in a moment. The sheriff... Oh, what was her name? Something like Sarah Breaker? She has rescued me, and she's gonna give me my stuff back. That's not my flashlight. I had a fucking massive flashlight that held a huge charge, and I had 20 batteries. You're cheating me! You're cheating me out of my possessions, game! Why bother letting me stockpile weapons if you're just gonna take them away from me all the time? Dang!
Friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in two places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Yep.
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll
A secret society.
As soon as we get the
It really is Twin Peaks!
I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake.
The only Twin Peaks I'm interested in is Sheriff Breaker's 2 nipples.
think there's any way I could order one out?
Pretty sure she's one of the playable characters in Alan Wake 2, so... Be interesting to see if they do something with her in that game. I don't know the context for how Alan Wake ends, so I don't know if something happens with Breaker or not. Where's that fence I went through before? Yeah. Oh, slime! Times Square, Slime Square. I know having the lantern would trivialize this section, but I mean, come on, I had a lantern. And you took it away, took it away now. They better not do that in Alan Wake 2. You know, if I get an item, I'd better be able to, you know, hold on to it. Don't want the game going like, oh no, cutscene happens, we've taken it away from you. So you just have to put up. In light, you can hurt them. Yes. I'm 5 chapters into the game. If I hadn't figured that out by now, I'd be pretty screwed. I heard something interesting today. Like, 10 or so years ago, I used... Oh, dear. 10 or so years ago, I used to play a lot of Stepmania, which was a DDR clone. With used to play it with a DDR mat. Turns out, modern versions of Stepmania fix a glaring Xbox 360 controller bug. So I might get back into playing DDR, which would be great for my mental health. 100% if, you know, I can do something that keeps my busy hands happy.
Hey, Sheriff, your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Fright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though. You need to bypass the damaged control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
Definitely need an excuse to stay active, because once this office is done, you know,
Oh, damn. That's smart.
the main thing that's been keeping me active this week will be gone.
To the chopper again.
You know, apart from a couple of DIY jobs that I need to do with that office, there's not really going to be a need to be lifting stuff around. So I'm going to have a look into that tomorrow. My gaming laptop should be more than powerful enough to run Stepmania. It was way back when. At least it's good to have someone helping me this time. That doesn't mean you can spawn more enemies, though. Compensate. Alright. Hey, it's pretty good with another person. Maybe we should have an Alan Wake multiplayer game. How's the office coming along today? So very little work done on the office today. Just clearing off the top of the shelf. I spent most of today bashing my head against that review of Martian Panic, and it's difficult to stick with. It really is. Like, the worst sin like a game can have really is that it's boring, that it's hard to talk about, and that's happened twice now with two of the games that I've picked from Keymailer. Martian Panic has been dull, and Joe Wonder was dull. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. I'm sure that those games would be far more interesting to people for whom those games are far more interesting to, you know what I mean? But talking about them it takes a lot of effort, it really does. Is there a thermos kicking around here? Oh, there is a secret society stash, though. Now I know who's leaving all the stuff around.
Over here, Wade. The chopper's in the other direction.
Yes, but does your chopper have a secret stash? I don't think so. If I was gonna do office stuff tomorrow, what would I do? Suppose getting Stepmania set up on the laptop. Figuring out what DIY jobs need to get done. Like, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but there's some things. Oh, installing a new roller blind. Taking the shelf that's there away and replacing it, or reinforcing the shelf that's there. I want to get some metal plates, because one of the bookcases is at one sort of angle and the other one is sort of at another. And to squish the two bookcases together and, like, screw them together with, like, metal plates. Like, yeah, there's definitely some jobs that office would benefit from. That's one of them. Sorting out that shelf, sorting out that bookcase. What else? I've got a corkboard that I would like to attach to probably the back of the door, so I can put notes and things up. I see a thermos. I see a thermos. I don't. I see a heavy-duty flashlight. Can I put coconut on? Play coconut. Is that coconut? I could barely hear it. There's a thermos. No manuscript pages or anything? Well, I got a stronger flashlight anyway. Follow. Oh, way to go, Breaker. Damn. Hey, she's pretty good. Oh my god, seriously? More of these dudes! That's right. Oh! Beautifully done. I could probably save ammo by letting her finish everyone off. She's clearly better equipped for this stuff. I'm so glad the town has these emergency boxes full of ammo. Welcome, King of Alakazams. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in quite late into proceedings. If you're not following the story of this game, expect spoilers. As we're approaching the end of the game, this is the second to last chapter.
Wait, over here! There's light!
I am glad that I have decided to play through this. You know, put it on the poll and it won the poll.
My back way.
It's an ambush.
But it definitely is a bit dry, this game. Some games are just better suited for playing through on your own than they are for streaming. That's not a slight against Alan Wake. It's a great game, but I don't think it's very entertaining. Any movies catching your eyes? I wish I could be excited for movies right now. Like, I put all my DVDs, well, not even all my DVDs, I have a problem. A large number of my DVDs onto a storage shelf in the office. I'm just looking at it thinking, I should scale back. I have too many. I'm never gonna watch all these. I can't watch movies because they're not interactive enough. My busy hands get bored, you know? Video games are a little different, because I can just, you know... I'm fully immersed and I'm interacting with it. But the whole, like, the politics of video games is really just grinding my gears. The video game industry is just... fucks me off, man. Like, I think a combination of Summer Games Fest being absolutely dull and the situation with the ABK deal is just basically... it's putting me off video games. To the point where I was like, oh, do I want to stream today? Do I want to play video games anymore? When I had that thought, that was very... That was concerning. That concerned me. Having that thought concerned me.
The message was from Barry. He was getting worried at the station. He wanted us to hurry.
The keys aren't upstairs, Wade.
Retro classics. Yeah, I have been working on getting my hard drive for my JTAG Xbox sorted out with a bunch of games. I'll explore some of the things I didn't get to play back in the 360 era. There's a lot of stuff I got to play, because, you know, Xbox 360 games went dirt cheap very quick. So, getting hold of games was pretty easy and pretty fast, and there are a lot of options, but there's still a bunch of stuff I missed. You know, I've never played Inversion, never played the Flat-Out games. I never played Star Wars Clone Wars. Yeah, rip songs to an Xbox hard drive. You can do that on the Xbox 360 as well. Most games support it. And if they don't let you mute the game audio, they just mute everything. But most games let you mute the game audio. Xbox 360 is pretty cool like that. Used to have a
Okay, Sheriff, I got the keys.
used to have a media center, because basically there was this thing called Windows Media Center that you could either run as software or you could run it as like an OS or whatever, right? You could run the Windows Media Center software on a PC on your home network, on the same wired network as your Xbox 360. And then you could just stream all your songs over your home network. So you didn't even have to store them on the Xbox console. You know, there's nothing quite like playing through Gears of War 2 to the Spice Girls.
Barry?
Why isn't he inside?
Oh god. Oh god.
It was a DLC slash collab for Roller Champions, which is this
He made it inside.
Ubisoft
He's okay.
games as service title.
The storefront's blocked. Come on, Wake. Let's go around. We can meet him in the back.
The Jet Set Radio remake that I was under the impression was in development, we didn't hear anything about it at Summer Games Fest, which is just another reason why Summer Games Fest was so shit. Very little of what I cared about was shown, and of what I cared about that was shown, very little gameplay was shown. So, you know, after the promise of it's gonna be gameplay, it was all like in-engine cutscenes. Now, granted, the in-engine cutscenes look lovely for Fable, but like, in terms of what could be considered gameplay, about 7 seconds of that trailer. Yeah, Cyberpunk I'm excited for. I put my hat in the ring for a review code. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. I feel like I have a good chance. You know, I am the Hideki Naganuma samples guy. So, fingers crossed. Not that that means anything now. That used to be one of my biggest, most successful videos. Now it's a 13-second fucking meme based on the Mario movie. Go figure. I was going to put a Mario game in the action game poll for next month. I decided against it because I knew that Mario would just win. Automatically. It wouldn't be fair going up against anything else.
It's me they want. The sooner
A thermos!
the sooner you can all get back to life as
Also, is there a... I just need to check that there's no secret stash around here. I'm not seeing yellow text or arrows, so no secret stash.
They're really taking advantage of your presence here, Wake. I heard they're selling a lot of your Alex Casey books.
Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing.
Not a fan of my own writing. I got ChatGPT to write those novels for me.
I don't see Barry.
Look, Wake. Maybe that's him. That's the way to the chopper.
Great. That's not where the secret stash is. It felt like time for a secret stash. Oh hey, 2 stashes in a row that didn't spawn extra enemies. However, you think we're getting through here without a fight? You'd think again. Hunting rifle. Really? No fight out here? This area screams fight. That Starfield controller, it does look sexy, and I really wanted one during the announcement, but I was on the buzz of like how good Starfield looked. And how good the Xbox show seemed like on surface level. But looking back at it, not a lot of what I wanted to see was shown. And what wasn't substantial enough. Concealed firearms are prohibited in this facility. That's alright, they're not concealed.
I'm gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my mind about this lock. I told him to get it fixed.
Let's take a break. That's right. You finish him off for me, Breaker. Come on. Now's not the time to be reading this. Maybe I should get me some omega-3 fatty acids then. Fuck! Leave me alone, leave me alone. Ah, it's these fucking runny ones. Hate them. Dodging them is so difficult. And it takes forever to run their health bars down. What shotgun ammo do I have? Oh, no question.
Okay, it's open. Let's go, Wake.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, we all know who wears the trousers in this relationship, huh?
Wow.
We keep them lit all night long on the night before Deerfest.
Why?
Well, it's tradition.
We got LED candles now. That way we can keep them lit all year round.
We'll have to go through the basement to get to the parking lot.
Yeah, there's no way going through the crypt will turn out to be a bad idea.
Through the crypt? Oh, come on. It's all well and good, like, making light of it. Haha, it's not like we'll run into trouble down here. You know. That doesn't change the fact you're still going through the fucking crypt. I have never played Alan Wake. Welcome, Ant. If you don't intend to, then you're safe to watch this, because this is quite spoilery now. Is it set in Alaska? Where is Bright Falls? Where in America is Bright Falls? Bright Falls was built as a small mining town. It's located in the state of Washington. Right, there we go. Washington. Oh, you're playing it tomorrow? Or will you forget by tomorrow? Is that what you mean?
Guess that one saw the light.
Barry! Look at him!
You like that one? A tough audience. Well, I got plenty more.
Badass!
What are the Christmas lights for?
Protection, man. Like garlic against vampires.
Vampires.
The helicopter's just across the parking lot and up the hill. Come on.
Oh, I love him. Barry covered in Christmas lights. That's golden. Oh, forget what happened by tomorrow. Yeah. That's me to a certain extent. I've been working so hard on that office. I feel like a new man. Missing. Oh, poor kitty cat. I hope they got found.
The Bright Falls General Store is now my favorite place in the entire world. See this headlamp? It's like a superpower. I can just look at one of those things and they die. It's
My flaming eye of Mordor. Your office, how's it coming along? What do you want to see? I don't know how I'm going to make this work. If I have photos, that's probably easier. But if not, I can get up. Take a video. That might work. What do I have in my recent photos? How do I do this? Fucking Apple, right? Am I right, fellas? Yeah, these photos don't do it justice. Hold on. World, hold on. Now, how do I get these on the screen? What's going to be my method now? I could email them to myself. That'll work. Which one am I logged into? So from that email to the same email, no subject, no email body, attach. Attach more? I can't attach more than one at a time without having to back out of the menu. Right. Dun da da da! You're getting some real-time excitement. So if I head over to the Gmail, there's an email from me. I wonder what's in it. Why, it's screenshots of the office. Why'd you have to come up and ask me about the file name? Just save it. Probably won't share that one. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. So here's a photo of one of the game shelves. Lots of Wii. Lots of fucking Wii. Can't say I'm a big fan. Oh, this one's at an angle on the one of the game shelves. The game shelves, I'm kind of pleased with how they are right now. You know? This photo's so good you can read the spines. Yeah, that's 2 PSPs. My third PSP is in here. I really need to go through inventory and figure out what I'm keeping or what I'm not. What I'm selling and what I'm getting rid of. It is about time I downscaled. So yeah, 360 games. That's the messy photo. Like, it would be more impressive if you knew what state the room was in when I inherited it. So, here's the desk. Currently got a VCR and a monitor on here. And down the bottom there is my Russell Hobbs cooler. It holds a whopping 8 bottles of water. And it's a decent cooler. The bottles are cool when they come out. They're not cold, but they're cool. It's at least a start. And here's an example of how I've stickered up the shelves. So that sheet of paper there on the shelf is actually inventory from when I was working out what Japanese games I had before. So that should save me the hassle of having to figure out what's on these shelves altogether. Right now, just like all the games here are just like stacked on to depth, you know. I need to go through all this stuff, figure out what I'm keeping, what I'm not. But I've been sort of stickering the edges of the shelving to just make it a bit less boring to look at. I need to get some more stickers to cover the rest of the grey space. But this office is a lot of work. And I'm slowly getting to how I want things. Welcome, Sushi!
Bastard.
I actually, as you can see in that photo, I now have clear space on that desk. I could build a model tomorrow. If I wanted to. I don't want to do a lot right now. In fact, I'll tell you what I feel like. I feel like celebrating. I don't know what I'm celebrating. I feel like celebrating. Maybe I got first place in the day of hard office work. Well, then I'd be celebrating yesterday's day of work because I've done very little on the office today. Just clearing that desk, basically, is all I did today. I've been working on a... Well, now I've officially shit myself. The cork just went... shot up. The metal is somewhere behind the computer monitor, and the cork is on the floor down there. Oh man, if I had opened that near my face, I'd be in the hospital right now. Oh, wow.
Someone throws a damn school bus at your head and you're about to take a helicopter ride with someone who may or may not have a pilot's license. We're cleared for departure to Night Springs. No offense, Sheriff.
Timber. All these lumberjacks around, you'd think this was set in Canada.
Oh, I'm never gonna get used to this.
Yeah, you probably came across my Reddit thread. I've been told on the Lost Media Reddit that, yeah, if you have news and the thread is archived, make a new thread. Which is okay. So I guess I'll do that tomorrow. I'll make a new thread saying, you know, here's the song lyrics, here's what we have right now, here is the mix I found, the garbage that I created using the original song. This is what the completely unedited chorus sounds like. You know, if you have an MP3 player with this song, get in touch. You can contact me by codec. My frequency is 140.15. Yeah, pretty much that. I wonder if there's going to be a big fight here. I wonder if I'm going to lose everything at the end of this chapter. As this game is wont to do. So yeah, I'm still going to be buying the occasional cheapo MP3 player from, like, new old stock, just on the off chance that I get ragsy. But at the very least, I know I'm not mad because I have evidence that the song existed. Oh, well done, Alan. I have evidence the song existed. I have physical, tangible evidence that I can show people that the song existed, so I know I'm not mad. So yeah, I think it was the Netto store in Canterbury. But we're talking about an MP3 player from decades ago. Most people aren't going to have them anymore. Those MP3 players were made cheap. They get busted, you know? They end up being taken to the dump or chucked out in the weekly rubbish, even though they're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be disposed in accordance to we. But I don't think that stops people. I very much doubt that even if those MP3 players still existed today, if they had been in use by people, then the songs that they would have put on the device would have eventually caused sectors of ragsy music to be overwritten. Basically, when you have a hard drive or a hard disk or a flash disk or anything like that, it's a little bit different with SSDs. You only have a finite amount of space, and that space gets filled up by files, and then when you need to write another file to the disk, it may end up overwriting the previous deleted files. Until the previous deleted files are overwritten, they still technically exist. They're just inaccessible. So through data recovery, if a file is deleted, you can still bring that file back if none of the sectors for that file are overwritten. So you would have to be hoping that these old MP3 players that people haven't loaded songs on them since that have overwritten the sectors that stored Ragsy music. Basically, at that point you're looking at a massive, like, string of ifs. Damaged hard drives, it depends on how badly damaged they are. You can do a certain amount of file recovery on, like, a broken hard drive, but not as much as, like, say, a hard drive that is perfectly working. You can use data recovery software to identify how damaged a hard drive is, which is fascinating. And get a readout of just how damaged a hard drive is. Wow. Sure got me there. I almost shat myself. But after the scare that was that cork bottle, I'm feeling pretty legit, actually. Unscarable. I had one MP3 player that, well, another one of my mother's MP3 players. I've told the story before. She loves her tech. She won't admit it, but she loves her tech. She loves to buy tech. One of her MP3 players came with Stroke 9, Kick Some Ass. Thick Black Mark by Andrew Paul Woodworth. So many great songs on there. All stuff that I've since tracked down. Oh, what was the Chris Klaus song? Walk Away! Walk Away! So many great songs on that MP3 player. It's fucking, like, bevy of quality songs. All stuff that I've tracked down since. Like, they actually picked some bangers. Normally for, like, MP3 players, they'll put some, like, shitty songs on there that don't cost a lot to license. But occasionally, like, a company will put songs that they generally want people to buy the albums of. You end up getting, like, the main single off an album on, like, these MP3 players. DJ Tiesto, yeah. So there was some kind of Ministry of Sound set on one of the MP3 players, which is funny. There was an artist called Ragsy that did some stuff for Ministry of Sound. I don't think it's the same. It's amazing just how much stuff there is out there, though. You know, you end up discovering that there's like 4 artists with the same fucking name. So generally speaking, an MP3 player like that is about a tenner on eBay. Most of the time they have like a make an offer prices, and I offer them 10. Well, 10 including postage, and I normally succeed on that. It depends on the MP3 player. I mean, most of these MP3 players from back in the day, they weren't built to last. They were built on the cheap, and they were sold on the cheap. They weren't really designed to last all that long. I mean, if you could have them in Netto for what, like, a tenner then? They couldn't have been that much cheaper to buy in as stock. Probably would have cost about £4 to a retailer, and then sold for a tenner to customers. That sounds about right. General retail is what, 30%? No. Get to the helicopter. Okay. Yeah, it definitely would have been a Netto. I can't think of anywhere else that my mum would have bought tech from back then. So it would have to have been a Netto.
Wait, you better put an end to this.
Just get me to Weaver, Sheriff.
You're taking a big chance on a local crazy lady, Al. I hope you're right about her, or we can kiss this town goodbye.
Netto were great. I mean, Netto,
I hope you know how to deal with this.
they weren't perfect,
I guess you
but
New Yorkers are used to rough situations.
you would get such interesting stuff in Netto that you just wouldn't find anywhere else. I've told the story before, right, of, like,
Shoots the place up every weekend. Look, I never even
getting 1 unit whole blood on PC from Netto. Like, it was in the local Netto for weeks and weeks. And I kept, you know, saying to my parents, I want this, I want this, I want this. And they looked at it and it's like, oh, violent video game, oh, you know, can't let you have this, you know.
A little heavy on the metaphors, maybe.
I think eventually I
before.
chipped away at that.
We're coming up on the power plant. See the lit building over there? And that's the dam.
But blood was fantastic. And 1 unit whole blood came with blood, cryptic passage, and what was the other one called? Plasma pack. Blood, plasma pack, and cryptic passage. So basically, blood and all the DLCs. That game has since got a modern re-release as Blood Fresh Supply. But for what felt like decades, probably about 15 years, the rights for that game, like the licensing, was a complete mystery. Like, nobody knew who owned the rights. It was presumed that the rights for Blood were owned by Warner Brothers. That was at least the understanding for a while. Fucking birds! They're awful. Crazy Birds does not a gameplay make. Furthermore, look at that. Had all those items. The game's like, nope, take them away. You had a super lantern. Nope, just a flashlight now. That really bothers me about this game in particular, is how often it will give me amazing stuff and make me feel powerful, and then it will take it away from me. And that doesn't make me feel invested like, oh, I need to make sure I got 20 batteries again. No, what it does is it makes me feel like, oh fuck, so basically you don't want me to have fun. That's how that makes me feel. I'm hoping Alan Wake 2 doesn't, you know, randomly take stuff away from me.
The door to open.
Yeah, Blood's a great game. Definitely impacted upon my my taste in video games. That and Duke Nukem 3D are probably the reasons why I'm so big into boomer shooters. Shadow Warrior as well. Just in general, those are 3 fantastic shooters, all using the same wonderful engine. Like, build engine, just... Look, I like the Doom engine, don't get me wrong. Like, I like id Tech. I do. But build is something else. id Tech, no room over room. Build, room over room. Fantastic engine. And it powered 3 of the best first-person shooters of that era. Great, I love getting content ID'd up the wazoo. Who am I kidding? If I cared about that, I wouldn't be playing this game anymore. Content ID hell. It's alright though, I like Poets of the Fall, so I can let it slide. I'm supposed to just run for it. I don't see a checkpoint light. I don't. Alan, wake up. You've been in a coma so long. Yeah. That sounds like something you'd hear on a Night Springs episode. I don't think it's Build Engine, but another fantastic game of that era is Exhumed Power Slave. I wish I had gone back to that game, given it another chance to remaster. It was just... It was when it dropped that was the problem. Because if you remember me streaming it and getting, like, all tired and exhausted and short of breath, and then the next day I tested positive for the coof. So, yeah. That just dropped at an awkward time. Yeah, it dropped at a real awkward time, that did. Fuck me dead! Hope you like the old gods, aka Poets of the Fall. No! No! No, 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 no! Fucking shitbags. Not gonna let me in there, huh? I see. This is the bullshit chapter.
The power plant glowed in the night. It was close, but I had to find a way across.
Doesn't this bit look fun? Excuse me while I try not to get too excited. Hard hat area. Get that manuscript page. I have to go the long way around. I didn't have to climb that. Oh, dearie me. Oh. So glad there's a random light here. I have a feeling there was someone there. It felt like something that would happen. Oh, come on! How did you know to throw it where I was dodging? Three shotgun shots to the face. Come on now. Unrealistic. Oh, fuck right off, mate. I like how, Remedy have been saying, Alan Wake 2 is our first survival horror game. And I'm like, I could have sworn. I could have sworn that Alan Wake, Control, and Max Payne 2 could be considered survival horror games. But, you know, maybe they're making a distinction somewhere along the lines. I certainly would have considered this a survival horror game. I suppose it depends how, like, hard and fast you want to roll with the terms. See that thermos? You want it. Give me the thermos! Mars attacks me that shit, come on. Oh boy. Wait, what? Ha 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 ha! So what have they let out that perhaps they didn't mean to let out? What have they unwittingly admitted to? Is there anything good? Because right now, I'll take any win I can get. Take any win I can get, says the Xbox fanboy who's playing Alan Wake on the PS5. Did this even release on the Xbox? I do wonder. I don't think I've ever seen it. Pod revenues. Yeah, it was released on the Xbox. Okay, fair enough. For a tenner, why the fuck didn't I buy it on Xbox? I guess because I wanted an excuse to play the PS5. You may have noticed that 3? Chia... No, it's not Chia. Kina... there's a fucking... And, what were the other ones? I don't fucking remember, mate. I've been to sleep since then. Pull in a blank. Pull in a blank. Help me. Shit. It's warm, alright? I'm suffering. I almost killed myself 15 minutes ago opening this bottle. Fire isn't this moist. Moist like a cake. Moist? Hold on, did you say moist? The thing is, I would sing Resurrection, but I don't actually know the lyrics, so I'd just be like... Because I don't actually know the lyrics. It's a joke that only Canadians would get. So it would only land with 0.1% of my audience. That's assuming they even know who the fuck Moist is. Spawning an enemy right on top of me, that's really fucking bullshit, don't you know? Here comes the resurrection, everybody's gotta die from something, nothing ever left to leave you when you go. I saw you strip my babies, animal the way you cut them might be, animal the way I cut you from below. What? I have several questions, but all of them can only be answered by members of the band Moist. Cross the bridge. It could well be a Mondegreen, you know, you're remembering slightly different lyrics. The bridge is turning. Now I have to survive an onslaught. More birds! My birds love a fruit flavour when they're hydrated! Birds love a fucking fruit flavour while they're fucking hydrating! This side I want to... No. Yes. Right? Yeah. I knew that. Bright Falls! Night Springs, rather. Bright Falls is where I am. So now all that champagne is in this bottle. But I didn't anticipate how warm it would be, and like this, it just tastes like what I presume piss to taste like. Before I say, oh, it tastes like piss, and people go, you know what piss tastes like? Yeah, the bridge shouldn't be rotating constantly. Oh, that's amazing. It's a black hole.
It's like it isn't there, but I can't look straight at it.
I'm sorry.
That's some fruit. Make it a party.
Well, I'm trying to work.
This is gonna be awful. It's gonna be awful.
To be more precise, I put everything here but that.
Really? But what is it?
Strawberry slush puppy.
I guess the temptation is to call it a hole, but it's really an absence, profound lack of reality.
In Martha's basement?
Should have expected that, really.
I came up with 2 old ladies and put something really weird in the basement. It was a great start.
Should have expected that, really.
I can't imagine what I was up to.
Well, surely it's just an ordinary basement.
Is it? Why did you call your friend here then?
Well,
My mouse may be damaged.
couldn't you just ignore it?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. It would probably turn
Alan late. That's all right.
one already. Could sink the whole
You're here in time for the show.
Oh, my.
Listen, ladies.
Whoosh!
I'm really not at all sure where I'm going with this, and you're just not helping. You should just go back upstairs for a cup of coffee while I try to figure out what I'm up to.
If you think that's best.
Maybe I
Things
should
are
just-
wild right now.
Or is that too
Let's rescue the mouse.
Is that too moronic? Indeed. Who can tell?
The PS5 controller somehow miraculously avoided most of that.
Fine. Night Springs.
Fucking hell. You know how full that bottle was? That's how much champagne we lost out of the top. Whoosh! That stuff's volatile. Well, I put a few shots of strawberry in it. Final Fantasy 16 machine. Yeah, if somebody wants to buy me a copy of Final Fantasy 16. I ain't playing it otherwise. Far too expensive. Is it true that Nomura wasn't let anywhere near this one? I mean, that's a positive. PlayStation 5 emulation. And no, we're not at usable PlayStation 4 emulation yet. Fuck. No Nomura. Well, there we go. If ever there was a statement that could make me interested in Final Fantasy 16, it's that. No Nomura. That's kind of a big deal. I just feel like we've had Nomura too much. Maybe we should have some more Amano? Or let someone else in on it? My nipples are fed. Oh, pff, absolutely not. Final Fantasy 16 is far too expensive for me to justify. Ah. How much is it, standard edition? $59.99, I want to say. Let's go to game, because I'd be buying it from game. PS5 game, $69.99 from game. Elite bonus points. Tell me more. Tell me more about the elite bonus points. Bonus points. Yeah. So what is bonus points? Oh, £5 bonus points. So wait, I get £5 back if I order this? On top of the £6 I get back as a Game Elite member. So I get £14 back. Right. Let's try that again. I get £11 back from buying this. How many points do I have? How much do I currently have in game points? I'm not a robot. Click all the things you can't see. £16.47 in points. Okay, what's my bank balance? You guys are really doing this to me. You do this to yourself. And that's why it really hurts. You do it to yourself. Just you. You and no one else. You do it to yourself. Yeah. You do it to yourself. Yeah. Do it to yourself. You do. And that's why it really hurts. You know? Dun 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 dun. Everything. Everything. If it came to PC, it would be on Epic Game Store. Wouldn't it? Oh, really? Second phone. Snake. This is to make sure that I am determined to purchase the item. This is to double check. Right? There's still time to say no. PayPal credit, £20 off your purchase of $58.51 today, plus pay over time. Or pay in 3. You're pre-approved for 3 interest-free payments of $19.50. No late fees. Order processing. Your order is complete. Final Fantasy 16. Final Fantasy 16 bonuses. That's the Steelbook and the digital codes. Game UK retail exclusive. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all! Fuck y'all! Fuck all y'all!
Seen a version of it painted all over the area, signifying hidden caches of supplies.
Oh, come on, that's a light! Oh, apparently that's not a light enough. Okay. Fucking ammo or weapons again. Feeling really naked again all of a sudden. Thermos! I kept stealing everybody's thermos. I don't like coffee, I'm just an asshole. To make sure everybody went without.
Hold it right there.
Miss Weaver, Cynthia, I'm a friend.
Prove it.
You knew Zane, Thomas Zane. You're the Lady of the Light in the song. You can help me.
About time. Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you.
I've been waiting a very long time for you, young man. My pussy has been very dry. You are the Amazon courier delivering my lubricant, are you not? No.
It's in the
Then how did you know my name?
Excuse me?
What you need to drive the darkness back. The well-lit room is at the dam. I built the room to keep it safe.
Here comes the tsunami, all in front of me.
I can get my
Boom,
friend
boom,
Steve
boom.
back with the helicopter.
We won't go outside. Never at night. That's rule number 1. You've been breaking the rules, young man, and where has that gotten us, I have a secret route.
Secret route? A lit route?
Something damaged at the transformer yard.
Alan Wake feels so cursed with PS prompts.
Will go dark. The power to the yard must.
Okay, bear with me.
Be cut.
Let me guess. You want me to do it?
Okay, don't worry. You're safe now.
Young man, you're the one who likes to break the rules. I can't be outside in the dark. Kill switch is
Ah,
outside.
fuck. Okay, we're good. Shit.
I have been preparing for these times, the dark tides. You have found my caches, haven't you? You can see the signs. Very few people can.
Alright, we're good.
Yes, please. Take what you need. This is all for you, for the likes of us. We do Tom's work, don't we? Hurry! The switch is on the wall facing the shore. I cannot take you to the well-lit room if the lights
There
in
we
the
go.
pipe go out. You must go outside.
Just make sure we got it all covered. We're good now. Cut the power to the transformer yard. You shouldn't go out at night! Next thing she wants me to do. Go out at night. She's living La Vida Loca. Next she'll make me take my clothes off and go dancing in the rain. Just you wait. Oh great, look at this. If it isn't the bungling brothers out of Bailing Circus, or whatever the fucking quote is. I don't remember!
Weaver had sent me to cut the
If it
power
isn't
to
the
transformer
bungling
yard.
brothers...
I was willing to do grunt work for her to get her to help me. I hoped Weaver was
I gotta look that up. I should memorize this one. If it isn't the bungling brothers burnout and Bailing Circus! There we go. I need to make sure I remember that one, so I can drop it. If it isn't the bungling brothers burnout and Bailing Circus. There we go. Symbolism in this game. Alan Wake, a wake. So game is woke. No, sequel is woke because it has female playable character. Didn't you hear all those people that were like, Oh, Alan Wake, female playable character. It's like, where were you for Control? I mean, not only was it a female playable character, she was hot. Is that one woke? Is Control woke? Control is a baller. I wish it was taller. I wish it had a girl on the phone it could call her. Yeah. Control is fantastic. I'm authorized personnel. Ah! Boom, 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 boom. A badass has been discovered! Keep the lights on.
Transformer yard went dark and dead. Weaver's water pipe passage should now be good to go.
Bum, bum, bum. Be careful of all the bad guys that have now spawned, probably. A little bit of platforming. Enough to say that they've got it, without it being too much. You fucking cunt!
This way, young man. Follow me. Come. The pipe's empty now. We're ready to go. This way. We need to go. I knew them both, Tom and Barbara. I had such a crush on him. Such a beautiful.
Thomas Zane writing about how handsome a man he is in his own books.
A part of me that
That's...
was maybe a little glad when she had the accident. And then Tom started writing and woke the darkness up. He tried to bring her back, but you can't do that. There are no free rides like that.
I'm starting to realize that.
In that case, young man, perhaps you're a smarter man than Tom was. The witch looked like her, but it wasn't. Barbara was sweet. He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, everything he'd ever written out of the world. Oh, he was so famous. And afterward, no one knew.
The clicker.
He left only one thing behind in my care, in case it happened again. Insurance.
Righto.
Trusted me, or perhaps used me a little.
I curse you, Thomas Zane.
Knew I wouldn't refuse him. I built the well-lit room.
That's a funny way of saying thank you,
It's been
Thomas Zane.
waiting for you. We are characters trapped in a story you have written, and none of us will survive to see the end of it if the darkness isn't stopped. She'll twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me, in television, from beyond, from below. We have both been touched by the darkness, young man. He saved us both with light, but the darkness stays with you. Leaves a stain. This pipe will take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friends, tell them where we're going.
Hello? Al!
Barry, we're headed to the dam in one of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Whoa! No! For the sweet love of...
Barry! Barry!
Barry, you're going by the name Sarah now?
Probably dead. You must reach the well-lit room.
They're probably dead. No, not Barry.
You selfish idiot.
That's my best friend.
Not Barry.
Well, be a fool. I'll use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam.
Barry. Oh no. Not Barry. He was invincible with those Christmas lights wrapped around him.
At least I didn't have to worry.
I call shenanigans.
She knew how to stay safe.
Damn it, Barry, don't you die on me. We still need to buy that booze business. Still need to buy the booze business and make the booze that feels like it's coming out of your nose. Like your brain's coming out of your nose. Oh, come on! It's like, you know what we haven't had for a little while? Birds. Alan Wake augmented reality. No thanks. No more birds. American Nightmare was like... I was originally going to do Alan Wake DLC's American Nightmare, right? Now it's just like... It would be nice if I get Alan Wake... Just Alan Wake done in the month. I've been so busy this month. It's been a busy month. Yeah, I've been being a little more liberal with my resources this chapter.
Barry! Sheriff Breaker! Sarah!
Barry!
The crash site looked bad. But as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
Oh. Yes, it would appear these materials came from Home Depot. Knew it!
Barry! Barry!
Oh, no, you don't. Shooting!
Barry's alive!
Oh!
Barry!
See them.
Hang in there, I'm coming!
Right. Oh! Sugar honey iced tea.
Make an entrance wake. We were ready to make like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
Yeah.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. What, were the two of you about to make out?
I knew you'd be alright.
How's that?
I would have paid to see that. Hmm.
Weaver will meet us at the dam.
I don't see a thermos here. And this feels like the perfect place for a thermos. This feels like thermos territory. Alone in the dark illumination. Make a list. I'll check it twice. What's in it? Soup. The thermos. Or the submarine. Oh no, that's fucking horrible! Really sad what happened. Anyway. I think these thermoses have coffee in them, I think.
Oh, I'm never gonna get used to this. Oh, shit. I should have kept that gym
See
membership.
those lights? That's the elevator we need to take.
Was installing games to my JTAG, right? Earlier today. And I noted one game that was an Unreal Engine game. Because of the file types. And it kind of just amazed me that of all games, this one was Unreal Engine. A game called Monsters vs. Aliens, based on the DreamWorks movie of the same name. That's an Unreal Engine game.
Was that it? Are we safe?
That was.
So I'd love to check that
I
out.
think we're okay.
Definitely want to check out a whole bunch of old licensed games, stuff that I missed out on playing.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Eco Box could fill that gap. I never have abandoned Eco Box as an idea. The Taken are filled with darkness. Yeah, no fucking shit, mate. Sorry, how far through the game are we? The Taken are filled with dark. Of course they are. Coffee thermos. Okay, it specifically says coffee thermos. I just realised we've still got the blue marks on the screen. I totally forgot about that bit. I hope that helps. I hope blocking out the PlayStation prompts is helping. Yo, listen up, here's a story about a little guy who needs to take a shit. And all day and all night, he needs to take a shit. Relieve the stool from the inside.
Oh no! Oh no!
Not even my favorite Eiffel 65 song. That's the thing. My favorite song of theirs is called 80 Stars. And it's a fucking banger. It liberally samples Centro di Gravità Permanente by God, Franco Battiati.
It's almost here. Just hold on.
Centro di Gravità Permanente. There's a belter of a track. Peak Eiffel 65.
We're almost there. There's an entrance into the dam at the top. What's the plan, Wade?
Well, Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind. Something to fix this.
Gee, could you be a little more vague?
Thomas Zane? Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he was real.
Paul Bunyan? No, my toes look fine.
Let's be careful, okay?
Oh, jeez, I hate this.
Okay, Wade. There's a button over there that opens the door. I think something's broken. Hold the button down so we can get in.
Of course.
Wait! We can get to the dam through here. What's happening out there?
You guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
Okay, Wade. Good luck. Don't get yourself
Climb that thing?
Please, be careful.
I'll take good care of Barry, Wade. You just look after yourself.
That way.
You gotta be kidding me.
Maybe you got some flares or something for me? That'd be great.
Down, boy.
Anything on seats of cars? Maybe prosecuted? Humna humna. I had to listen to Blue. Yo, listen up! Listen to 80 Stars. It's an absolute banger. Welcome back, Sushi. Eddie Stars. Banger. Centro di gravità permanente. Hey, Moni faccia something, cosa sulla gente. I don't know Italian. I'm trying to learn it phonetically. Centro di gravità permanente. 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 I'm blue. I would beat off a... Oh, God. That's amazing. I've never heard that before. When you're so depressed, it turns you gay. Well-lit room. What's well-lit about it?
I was ridiculously outnumbered.
Fishing for compliments. This whole, like, word association horror thing, like, My Friendly Neighborhood does it as well. Not giving me enough stuff this time. Not enough supplies. Did you just bogan scheiss Italian? See. Oh, it's not a well-lit room, it's just the atmosphere is lit. Found a way to make a turret section. I suppose, yeah. I hadn't considered that. Oh gosh. Just nonchalantly reloading his rifle while the floor's giving way underneath him. Plot armor. This is the well-lit room? Oh no.
You made it. Well done. Glad I was wrong. It was a foolish chance to take. Don't worry about the noise. We're safe here. I have looked after the well-lit room for many, many years now. There's no shadow.
Flashing my torch in people's faces.
Power is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered.
Barry's the only one who's reacting.
Regularly, based on their make and model.
Right.
Now I had everybody where I wanted them. One for the old lady. One for the sheriff. And one for my former best friend.
Active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They
And
must
then
have
one
known this.
for myself.
Yes, they did. It's my place now. Take it, and I won't need to worry about the room anymore, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
It's the fucking clicker.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence in a story I had written. I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Chapter complete. How are we doing? How are we feeling? 11 p.m. We'll look something up. Two hours. So I will stop for today. 6 episodes in total, and the last one is 2 hours long. Right. So I will bring it to a close now. Not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. What's on the agenda? Looking at that office, I suppose. Part of me wants to shift my PC and the 2 monitors into the office. Like, get this out of the area I sleep in. There are some caveats to that. But thinking of the positives, it creates a distinction between room I sleep in and room I work in. I'll have to have a think about it. Alright. Until next time, if we live that long. Take care. Bye bye.